All right, we're back again with another episode of Roofer Reflections. I'm really excited to have Camille here. Thank you for coming on the show.
Oh, this is a pleasure, and I'm humbled to be on the show. It's a treat. Thank you so much.
How did you originally get into the roofing or the contractor side of the business?
My mom started a small little siding outfit back in 1993. She met my stepdad, and my stepdad was on a siding crew, and she basically said, why don't we just buy a van? You'll do the work. I'll run the back end, and let's rock and roll. And that's what they did. And she was definitely the only woman in roofing and siding at the moment in Staten Island, New York, where they got started for a number of years. So she kind of gained traction just through her personality and her approach to business.
Wow. So growing up, you were around the business.
Yeah, definitely. We worked on the scaffold in the summers. Definitely saw mom, working out of her house and stressing out and invoices and payables and chasing people for money. I was exposed to it early, but I did not have any intention or inclination of getting into the business. I actually wanted to become a lawyer. And just so it happens, after I finished college, she asked me to help out, and I started helping her out just to get some cash. She sits me down and says, you know what, me and dad are going to move to Florida. You can have it. Take the business, run with it. And I'm literally like, I don't know, 6 months, a year in. I'm like, what? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know what's going on here. So that was my beginning, and that was 2004.
How was that transition for you?
It's one of those things where you don't know what you don't know, and ignorance is bliss, and you think you're having fun. And I certainly imagine, wow, I'm going to be a business owner. This is so cool, right? I don't need to go report to a 9 to 5. Turned out it was a 6 to midnight type of job, not 9 to 5. It was fun. It was hard looking back at it now. At the time, I didn't know it was hard. I did that and just thought that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah, so I did everything, everything in that business except installation. We use subcontractors, but I was a one-man show selling receivables, payables, operations, estimating, proposals, all of it. And that went on for about 9 years. Yeah.
And then you spawned off other businesses. So how did that happen?
In 2013, I drove up to this repair. I actually did repairs back then too. I had my ladder in a truck, and I was supposed to fix some shingles. And I'm looking at this roof, and it was a 12 on 12. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what is going on? Like, why do I have to go up on that roof? What am I doing wrong? Like, God damn! And now my thoughts are going like, wow, I'm working, 12 hours a day. I can't take my family away on vacation. I step away from the business. The business, crashes to a halt. I can't save any money. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, and now I got to climb this ladder. I'm afraid of heights. What the hell's going on? And I kid you not. This sounds fugazi, but it's the true story. I put the car in reverse and I drove to Barnes and Nobles that day. And I go into a business section. I was desperate. And I pick up Investing for Dummies. And I'm flipping through the pages. And all of a sudden, I'm like, wow, you could invest in real estate to make money. You could do, the stock market, the commodities, owning a business. I own it, but I don't make any money. And my world just opened up to, there's other methods to making money. And from there, I got on podcasts and books and the E-Myth. And wow, I can hire employees and delegate. So from 2013 to fast forward to about 2020, I'm on this exploration of what's possible. And I'm hiring some people now. The business is gaining traction. I'm stacking wins. I'm growing year over year. And then I make a decision. And at the same time, in those 7 years, I'm investing my profits to real estate. And thinking I'm going to be real estate mogul. I'm going to have portfolio. But in 2020, I listened to a lady speaker on stage that talked about business scales, mergers, and acquisitions, and just the power and the competitive advantage in owning businesses. And I thought to myself, yes, that's what I need to do. I sold all my real estate and I went in all in on business, which is a story in itself, not a pretty one. And then off of that in 2022, I bought another business, which was a commercial roofing business. So now I have a total of 2 roofing businesses and 1 construction business in Southwest Florida.
So you have 2 roofing business. You said you have another contracting business. Why do you keep coming back to roofing or the contracting side? What's the appeal to you?
Well, obviously, we do what we know how to do and what we feel comfortable with. I'm not saying that I will not. Actually, you know what? To your point, and I think this is where you're going. I think I'll always stay in the service-based businesses, right? Whether it's HVAC or plumbing or roofing. Probably not electric because you need some major licenses for that. It's what I know, and also it's what I think is sustainable in the next 15, 20 years with all the changes that are happening right now in the world, AI technology. I think I have the longest runway to make something in this industry, in this bracket, before things really start to changing. But I also double down on that. I'm excited for the change. And I am very much embracing it. And I am very curious about what's next. And I want to be part of it. Like me and my COO are aligned and very excited about thinking about opportunities, how to improve customer journeys through technology, how to improve things on the commercial roofing world through technology. So I am full bought in, and I'm excited about what the future has in store, because I do appreciate the increase in barrier of entry to the industry right now. Obviously, it's very low. So I do appreciate that there's an opportunity to make a significant gap and obviously monetize that and take advantage of that.
You've been part of the roofing industry a long time, so people want to come to you for advice. When someone is considering the roofing industry as a career, whether as a worker or as an entrepreneur, what sort of advice would you give them?
I like to say, just do it. Just get into it. Just do it. Don't think about it, and don't quit. Because I have found in my life that I am pushing, especially in the last 2 years, and I'm ready to give up. And I'm saying to myself, this is not going to work. I got to switch. I got to pivot. And then 2 days, 3 days later, I break the hump. And it's always when you feel you want to quit, just that finish line is right around the corner. So my advice would be just do it. Don't overanalyze it. Pull the trigger, especially for the new guys. You don't know what you don't know. It's going to suck, but the rewards are tremendous. The rewards are bountiful, and the cash flow is amazing, and all the stuff you can think of. You can support your family. You can support your community through that. There's so much in the roofing industry that maybe not in other industries that is so that gravitates people to it. So I'm a strong advocate for sure.